ShredSquad, this one's a banger. From sinking ships to shredding comps, we're diving into history and sending it at Southsea. Welcome to the Shreducation Special. Let's go!
Welcome back to Shreducation. And this one's pretty special, because we're back where it all began, our hometown, Portsmouth.
That's right, bro. But today we're not just shredding, we're time traveling. We're winding the clock all the way back to 1545, when King Henry VIII ruled the land.
And his pride and joy, the warship Mary Rose, was about to meet a very watery end.
We'll be stepping inside the actual Mary Rose Museum to see what's left of the ship that sank right in front of Henry's eyes, from the walls of Southsea Castle, where we're heading to.
Then we're fast forward into the present day, because it's Southsea Skatepark's 47th birthday, and you know the crew is going to send it.
History, scooters shredding, and Sylv's hometown Stoke. It's a banger of an episode. Let's dive in.
Ahoy shredders. Welcome back to another historic shred venture, and right now we're swapping skate parks for shipwrecks.
That's right, bro. We're at the legendary Royal Navy Historic Dockyard in Portsmouth, home of big ships, big history, and even bigger anchors, propellers, and chains.
All right, at the gates, the Royal Navy Historic Dockyard is home to HMS Victory, HMS Warrior, and the legendary Mary Rose.
Check out that building, man. Looks like a stealth ship crossed with a museum. Let's roll.
Boom! Curtain drops, and we're straight into the Mary Rose experience.
Wait, what? That's Henry VIII talking to us like a live stream king. This isn't your average museum.
Facts, bro. Henry built the Mary Rose in 1511. She was his pride and joy, a beast of a battleship.
Frank the Tank taking the throne. All hail King Frank I. And here it is, the real Mary Rose. Half the ship preserved for almost 500 years under the sea.
The lighting's low to protect the wood, but it hits different in person. You can smell the history.
Back to exploring.
Did you see that? The ship's dog, possibly the first salty sea dog in history.
Weapons, musical instruments, even barber tools. These sailors lived on board for months. Here's Naikoa, the cook, found by the galley with cooking tools. Some think he was from the Southwest. Respect, chef.
This model's fire. It shows the Mary Rose in her prime. 91 guns, 415 crew, and a load of swagger.
Rope, rigging, and more knots than Kev's shoelaces.
Bows, spears, swords. This was no cruise ship, bro.
This archer was from North Africa, found with his bow, arrows, and a skull that says, "Don't mess with me."
This screen is wicked. You tap the items and the archer shows you how to use them. Love that.
The boys try the longbows, but even the demo one's tough. Real bows were double the strength, could shoot over 200 meters and pierce armor.
Imagine a whole army of those. That's why weekly archery practice was law for boys back then.
Now this bit's special. We walk through an airlock into the ship chamber itself. The smell hits you first. Salty, wooden, a bit ghostly.
Last stop was the 4D Cinema. You dive with the team that raised the Mary Rose in 1982, an epic rescue mission after 437 years underwater.
And one last pick with the big man himself, Henry VIII. No wives were harmed in the taking of this selfie.
You're crazy.
Yo, we just wrapped up at the Royal Navy Historic Dockyard in Portsmouth, and it was seriously epic. We saw the Mary Rose, that was wild. The actual ship that Henry VIII watched sink during a battle like 500 years ago, and you can see what's left of it up close. We saw cannons, skeletons, crazy old weapons, and even got to pull real life longbows. The archers then had to practice every week. Imagine doing that instead of homework. That's an easy choice for me. Portsmouth has so much history, it's mad. Like you're just walking around and boom, a castle, warship, and a museum. 5 minutes from each other. Alright, next stop is Southsea Castle. That's where King Henry VIII stood and watched the Mary Rose sink. But first, we gotta get some food, I'm starving. Catch you in a second.
There she is, HMS Warrior, the first ocean-going iron-hulled armored warship. We didn't visit her this time, but she's an absolute unit, worth a look next trip.
And check this, the Millennium Promenade chain? It's not just a cool design. It marks a historic connection between Portsmouth and Gosport.
Back in the day, they'd actually stretch a real chain across the harbor to stop enemy ships like a giant pirate trap. This chain motif marks a lovely 2.6-mile history-rich walk along the seafront.
Walking, schmalking, get me some katsu.
This is Gunwarf Quays, a place packed with shops, snacks, and serious views. But the history here goes way deeper than your average outlet mall.
Yeah, Kev. Turns out it's not just for chow down and hoodies. This whole place used to be a Royal Navy gun wharf. You know, like for guns and wharfing.
That's not a word, Dave. Anyway, this site was used to store cannons and ammunition back in the day, even during Henry VIII's reign.
All I know is it's raining pasta.
Gunwarf Quays has over 90 stores and 30-plus places to eat and drink.
I guess now's the time to tell you my wallet's gone AWOL.
Now, for the ultimate sweet ending, it's Five Guys milkshake time.
Legendary. These guys have more topping options than Henry VIII had wives.
Henry VIII had 6 wives and an entire fleet, but just couldn't land that Oreo banana shake.
I thought it was because he wanted a son.
Exactly, Dave. Look at that view with the Spinnaker Tower watching over the harbor.
170 scooters tall.
Where scooters rule the streets and castles still stand.
Comes 2 steezy lads, smelling like smoke bombs and soy sauce.
Southsea Castle, let's go. Built by the big man himself, King Henry VIII, to defend England from a French invasion.
And today it's being invaded by 2 tiny shredders and 1 caffeine-fueled dad.
That royal crest above the door, that's Henry's personal stamp.
Bro built this place in 1544 because he thought the French were coming. Spoiler alert, they did.
We're in the heart of the castle now, where soldiers prepped for battle. And these are the remains of an explosion from 1759. Gunpowder storage gone wrong.
Boom! Bet that woke the neighbors. Yep, it's definitely a mannequin. Good check, Dad.
These chains were part of the chain boom, a heavy chain they stretched across the harbor to block enemy ships. Serious naval security, Tudor style.
Out and up we go. This was the lookout point for spotting enemy fleets.
That's the Solent, where the Mary Rose set sail and sank during battle in 1545.
She tipped too far, water rushed in, and King Henry watched from this very castle.
Did you see that VR crest on the cannon? That's Queen Victoria's era. Bit of a time jump.
Who locked the royal rascals in the dungeon?
Nice little courtyard here. They didn't have cappuccinos in Henry's time, but we'll allow it.
Absolute beast of a cannon.
This well was abandoned in 1814. It once kept the whole garrison supplied with fresh water.
And that map showed how the castle expanded over time. But the most important spot?
The exact spot over 450 years ago where the king watched helplessly as his ship went down.
Imagine the heartbreak and the royal tantrum.
See those 3 poles in the water? That's where the Mary Rose went down.
There's even a little buoy to mark it. But today the sea's too choppy to see.
And over there, no landing allowed. That's a military training beach. Even MI6 has used it.
Approach and you'll be greeted by a smoke grenade, machine guns, and a pretty bad day from there out.
History explored, castle conquered.
Now let's hit Southsea Skatepark and shred like it's 1545.
We've stormed castles, explored shipwrecks, and now it's time for the grand finale.
Southsea Skatepark, baby. The oldest surviving skatepark in the UK. Built in 1978 and still shredded harder than Henry VIII's waistband.
First stop, shout out to our boy Sylv from the ShredSquad, launching his new brand Spice Scooters today.
Spicy gear, spicy tricks, and the boys grabbed a shirt so fresh, even King Henry would ditch the tights for it.
Now check this, Flatland BMX Throwdown. The owner, Ephraim, is a legend. Former world champ, and this year alone he's landed 157 world firsts.
That's one new trick every day. I'm still trying to finish my to-do list from last year.
Flatland's taken Ephraim all over the world, Dave. He's performed in Japan, America, Europe. Global legend. Young shredder Henry hops on the Resi, absolute beast on the BMX and scooter.
2-wheeled wizard. Henry VIII would have hired him for castle defense.
With longbows?
Nah, with backflips.
ShredSquad's posted up on the Resi, prime view of the Flatland finals.
Yeah, they're lounging like VIPs. Very impressive park rats.
Fuel stop. Big up Martin from Grind Southsea, dishing out BBQ that hits harder than a cannonball.
These burgers got more flavor than a Tudor court scandal.
Sylv rolling in. He did not want to miss out.
Like a seagull spotting chips. Burger radar must have been beeping.
Wait for it. Cameron Glasspool, pro rider, throws a flare like it's light work.
That trick was so clean, even the crew from the Mary Rose were clapping underwater.
Did you spot the guy in the purple helmet? Noah Tiller. Dude just landed a podium at VIII's World Championships. Must be preparing for the competition in a sec.
Hard out, man.
Frank the Tank approves, busting a victory dance for burger greatness.
Southsea's not just ramps and rails. It's a proper crew. You've got scooters, BMX, skaters, even balance bikes ripping the bowl.
Yeah, it's a place where beginners and pros ride side by side, and everyone gets a cheer when they send it.
That's what makes it special, man. It's not just a skate park, it's a family on wheels.
Frank grabs a scoop from the awesome Grind Southsea crew. They're family run and always look after the kids.
I'm so proud of Seb setting up his own brand, Wicked, and Ephraim and all of the guys at Southsea, thank you so much. He's always there giving us encouragement and support. Noah and Harvey too, just to name a few. Lovely people. It's such a privilege to ride with them. Southsea Skatepark is the spot. Now let's hit a competition.
Hello? Oh yeah. No, slipway snake run.
All right, rules are simple. Fastest rider down the snake run wins. No tricks, no stalling, just speed, lines, and laser focus. Here comes Frank the Tank, charging that snake like a Tudor warship.
And the ShredSquad, they're always down for a friendly comp.
Right, time for a quick-fire quiz. Ready, Dave?
Oh no, go on then.
What ship sank right in front of Southsea Castle in 1545? A, the Victory. B, the Titanic. C, the Mary Rose, or D, HMS Bodie McBoatface?
That's easy, bro. It's the Mary Rose. Sank faster than my diet on donut day.
Correct. Impressive, Dave, and you were listening. And Henry VIII watched it happen right from his castle. Imagine the drama.
Bro was probably yelling, "Send it," before it tipped over.
What did you guess, viewers? Drop it in the comments.
Hold it, Kev. Here comes Frank.
He is looking quick. All that practice is paying off.
Boom. 8.78 on the board. Straight into 4th place. Not bad for a dude who still needs help opening his ice cream.
Uh-oh, Harvey Perkins takes a tumble. That'll sting.
Noah's loving it. These two ride for Chili scooters, and they've got a proper friendly rivalry.
Harvey's still a beast, though. Ranked 6th in the world. And the humblest guy you'll meet. Respect.
6th in the world? I'm barely 6th in my litter.
Here's Seb, rocking his new brand and looking sharp, repping hard and ready to roll.
Yeah, man, fresh threads, filthy skills.
Look, I wasn't going to say anything, but I can't move past it.
Oh, damn, here we go.
Look, I'm just saying, if you actually read the schedule, you'd have known when the comp started and wouldn't have been late.
Dude, I was reading the schedule upside down while eating chips, multitasking. Martin hooked me up.
You missed the rider briefing and somehow ended up in the wrong lineup.
That wasn't the wrong lineup, that was the burger queue. And I won, thank you very much.
Sylv drops in. Clean run, smooth corners, and smashes an 8.9. That locks him into 5th place.
Like a scooter-powered cannonball, Henry VIII would have made him royal shredder of the realm.
Right, that was clean riding.
Dude, it was smoother than my dance moves at a school disco.
Your dance moves? The only thing they smooth is crowd clearance.
Exactly. I make space, Kev. Strategic shredding.
Whatever happened to that girl Marie? Didn't you try those moves on her?
She moved to Canada, Kev. Voluntarily. It was nothing to do with me.
Keep telling yourself that, Dave. Meanwhile, Casper is holding tight and first the whole time. Consistent, fast, and laser focused.
He's like the Mary Rose before it sank. Pure power, no wobble.
Let's hope he stays afloat.
Right, that's everyone. Let's see those scores.
Casper first, Noah second, then Harvey third. What a lineup.
Well done, Casper. Bro, you smashed it.
Okay, before we roll the bonus footage from HMS Victory, yes, that is Dave dressed as Admiral Lord Nelson with night vision goggles.
History meets tactical ops, Kev. I am the Navy now.
Bro, you look like the Terminator. 2 questions. Why are you standing like that, and where did you even find those?
Box under my seat.
Are they heavy?
Yeah.
Then they're expensive. Put them back.
But Kev, the Mary Rose was darker than my future being seen in public wearing these.
To be fair, the lights were dim to protect the ancient timbers, but filming in there, absolute stealth mission.
Which is why we've got you covered with some bonus HMS Victory footage. Brighter, bolder, and no need for thermal vision. Hope.
All right, here we go. Bonus time aboard HMS Victory, one of the most famous warships in the world, and she's still docked right here at the historic Dockyard in Portsmouth.
Yeah, bro, this ship is older than your dad's playlist, and just as dramatic.
Sylv takes the helm. Imagine steering this beast into battle. Now we're in the captain's quarters. Maps, journals, and serious responsibility. And here's the captain's bed. Tiny, right? Admiral Lord Nelson slept here during battle.
No wonder he was cranky. That bed's shorter than Frank's scooter.
That bell? 1795 stamped in bronze. That's nearly 230 years old.
Yet Kev still rings louder during a safety brief.
This is the galley, not a matey's name, it's the ship's kitchen.
Salted beef, hard biscuits, and peas and oatmeal. Gourmet if you're desperate.
Cannons everywhere. HMS Victory had over 100 guns.
Imagine the noise. You'd need earplugs and spare trousers.
This lantern marks where Nelson fell during the Battle of Trafalgar. A true hero moment right here.
Proper legend. Led the fight, never backed down.
Deeper below deck, ropes everywhere, keeping the sails tight and the ship moving.
I'd last 5 minutes down here before getting tangled in something and needing rescuing.
These flintlock rifles were state of the art at the time. One shot, reload, repeat.
HMS Victory, battle history in every plank.
All right, we're back to the action. The Resi's popping off. Everyone's sending it like cannonballs at Trafalgar.
Dude, I haven't seen this much airtime since I fell off a swing in 1996.
While they're throwing it down, it's time for another quick-fire Shreducation quiz. You ready, Dave?
Hit me with history, Kev. My brain's primed-ish.
What was found near the ship's cook, nigh Coep on the Mary Rose? A golden fork. B, a cauldron and cooking tools? C, a set of drums? Or D, a box of Steezy Flakes?
Ooh, I know this. It's D. A box of Steezy Flakes. Man was found right by the galley, making a bowl mid-sinking.
I'll give you half a point. He was found near the galley, but with cooking tools, not Steezy Flakes. And some think he was from the southwest coast. True cook legend.
Man, I love those Steezy Flakes. Can't get enough of them.
Steezy Flakes were invented much later in 1805 when Nelson beat the combined French and Spanish fleets in the Battle of Trafalgar.
Climb the Riggin.
It's time for the Climb the Riggin challenge, inspired by the ropes of old sailing ships, but with a Southsea Skatepark twist.
Basically, there's a bar. You gotta jump it. If you clear it, the bar goes up a peg. If you hit it or miss it, you're out. Simple.
Who can climb the highest without wiping out?
Noah knocks it off on the lowest peg. Classic warm-up banter, lulling the others into false confidence.
We're climbing now, 2 pegs high. These jumps are starting to stretch.
I'm starting to stretch just watching them, Kev.
While they wrestle the riggin, here's a fact. Did you know the Mary Rose crew only got 2 meals a day? Usually a thick stew called lob lolly.
2 meals? I'd mutiny by lunchtime. Pass the tutor snacks, Kev.
The cook boiled up meat or fish in huge bronze cauldrons. The meals were basic but hot, which was vital on long voyages. They also baked bread, made porridge, and drank small beer. A weak beer that was safer than water back then.
Porridge and weak beer. Sounds like breakfast at my nan's.
Oh, Seb's out. Great effort though, that bar is getting high. All right, next quick quiz. Let's see who's been paying attention. What type of animal skeleton was found on the Mary Rose? A, a parrot? B, a monkey? C, a dog? D, a cat?
Ooh, I remember this one. It's C, a dog.
Zane's out too, the pressure's on. Correct. Man's best mate, even 500 years ago. They reckon he helped keep rats away.
Wahoo, man, I'm on a roll today.
Very impressive, Dave. I'm not sure what's come over you.
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, you've answered 2 history questions correctly. That's gotta be a record.
I've got layers, Kev. I'm like a tutor onion, smart and slightly weird smelling. You know, I'm not just a pretty face.
Oh no, Sylv's out. The crowd felt that one.
He gave it everything. Classic Sylv style. And 5 pegs high, I'd take that any day.
Now we're 6 pegs high, and the riggin is clearing them out.
Okay, speed round. We don't have all day, Kev. This ain't a tutor tea party.
For the record, tutors didn't have tea parties. That was a Victorian thing. Tutor banquets, however, lasted several hours. 8 pegs high and Harvey's over. And Noah's right behind him. These two are battling like it's a royal joust.
And Loic would be the jester hitting that move.
Oh no, our boy Danny Clements is out. The bar's up to 9 pegs. Harvey sails over again, but Noah just clips it.
Oof. That one's gonna sting like sand in your socks.
Cameron clears it, but can't land clean. Noah does the same. It's coming down to who can stick the landing.
3 pros left, 1 winner. Absolutely no pressure. Not like these guys are competitive or anything.
Oh yeah, just 3 of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Casually sending it like champions.
Noah Tiller, Harvey Perkins, and Cameron Glasspool. Talented, humble, and proper role models at the park.
They'll land a flare 1 minute, then help a little kid fix their scooter the next.
Skill and sportsmanship.
Cameron lands it 10 pegs high, and the place erupts.
That's it. HMS Southsea has a new captain.
Noah makes it official. Knights him with a riggin pole, a shredder's honor.
Alright, that's a wrap for today's Shred Adventure. Big shout out to everyone we met. And massive props to the whole Shred squad. You lot smashed it. We hit up Southsea, rode the snake on the slipway, smashed the new tricks, smashed the climb rigging challenge, literally, and made some serious memories. If you liked it, drop a like, hit subscribe, and tag me in the next one. You never know where we're hitting next. Until then, stay stoked, stay shredding. We'll catch you at the next one. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Peace!
Thank you so much for letting us ride and film in your park. We really appreciate all the time and effort that goes into keeping it so rad. So proud of you, Frank. Keep on shredding, dude. If you don't subscribe, Frank's scooter will turn into a banana. If you don't subscribe, then skate park loses your rally. Seriously guys, just hit that button. Or don't. Yeah, don't. Legend has it your tail whips get 10% faster if you do. So yeah, it's up to you. Just press it.